Hello everyone, you're now with me, Ruben Gomez, for the Nightline. Let's moving on to the news. The unstable and weak internet connection at Kapit town will be solved through the installations of the optic fiber system at the beginning of next year.
According to Deputy Chief Minister Tan Sri James Jemut Masing, discussion with private company is ongoing to conduct a study regarding the matter. The field study is now being carried out by the company and the project will be through Pekan Kanawit and Song before being connected to Kapit area. He added, a stable internet is essential, especially in official businesses, including online meetings.
Right. Ministry of International Trade and Industry, Industrial Terminal and Entrepreneur Development, Mintrat, plans to develop Tanjung Manis Marine Engineering Park at Palo under the 12th Malaysia Planned RMK12.
According to Deputy Chief Minister of Sarawak, Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Ahsan, the location was suitable for bigger vessels. He pointed out that the details, including the cost, has yet to be decided. The marine industry is a big contributor to the country's economy. Based on statistics, the industry has generated export valued at 279 million ringgit in 2018, 349 million ringgit in 2019, and 168 million ringgit up to October 2020. Currently, Malaysia has about 100 shipyards nationwide, whereby there are 60 located in Sarawak.
Sungai Maong Bazaar, located at Mile 3rd, will undergo urban renewal and rejuvenation works under the 12th Malaysia Plan.
According to Batu Kitang Assemblyman Low Kir Chiang, who is also the Padawan Municipal Council's chairman, the bazaar is one of the most popular locations for visitors to procure fresh goods. In addition to the Sungai Maong Bazaar, two other areas under the MPP administration are Kota Sentosa at Mile 7 and Kota Padawan on Mile 10 will also be upgraded. These features of the proposed urban renewal works on Sungai Maong Bazaar estimated to cost around 13 million ringgit. While Kota Sentosa will include a new market with multi-story car park, upgrading of streetscape, traffic circulation, and reinstatement of night market estimated to cost 44 million ringgit. In Kota Padawan, upgrades include MPP Square, MPP Boulevard, MPP Day and Night Market, MPP Pitcher Plant, an Ethnobotany Garden, and MPP Recreational Park, estimated to cost around 25 million ringgit.
Earlier this month, the nation was shocked with the meat cartel scandal for smuggling frozen meat with fake halal logo distributed throughout Malaysia. Therefore, the Sarawak Islamic Council, MIS, is strictly monitoring premises with halal certification to ensure the imported meat are legitimately halal.
Kebanyakan daripada pengeluar itu menggunakan sijil halal yang telah pun dikeluarkan oleh pihak JAKIM secara sah dan belum didapati sebarang kes yang seperti laporkan di Semenanjung berlaku di sini.
He said this after launching the Juh Tukar ke Unify at Tebingan Sungai, BGS. He added that the JAIS checks at 8-man abattoirs in the state revealed that all were using halal certificates issued by JAIS. Aside from that, JAIS also conducts checks at abattoirs twice a month to ensure that the operators follow the set guidelines and SOPs by JAIS and JAKIM.
Namun demikian, pihak bahagian halal JAIS membuat pemantauan sekerap dua bulan sekali, terutamanya kepada pusat-pusat penyembelihan yang ada di Sarawak ni. Di Sarawak kita ada 8 pusat penyembelihan yang utama di semua bahagian, di Kuching, Sibu, Midulu, Miri dan lain kita 8. Dan kita buat pemantauan 2 bulan sekali untuk memastikan bahawa pengusaha pusat penyembelihan ini, slaughterhouse ini mematuhi garis panduan SOP yang telah pun dikeluarkan oleh pihak JAIS dan pihak JAKIM.
Rahman Junaidi added that JAIS Halal Department will next conduct checks at places that store imported halal meats and cooperate with Customs Department and other agencies to ensure that the meats are really halal. Meanwhile, he said that Merry Christmas stickers can be used on products to wish celebrants, including on halal products. He added there was no directive or fatwa from relevant authorities on this in Sarawak.
Di Sarawak kita tidak mengikuti apa yang telah pun disampaikan oleh pihak JAKIM. Jadi di Sarawak ni kita masih dapat boleh menyampaikan ucapan sama hari Christmas kepada rakan-rakan kita yang merayakan hari Christmas. Tidak ada masalah di Sarawak. Masih boleh. Kita Sarawak ni boleh. Memang tidak ada arahan, tidak ada fatwa, tidak ada keliling daripada Majlis Islam atau JAIS yang mengatakan tidak boleh. Yang di makluman yang dari terima itu daripada Pekat Persekutuan. Pekat Sarawak masih boleh. Tidak ada masalah.
Good news for residents of Kampung Boyan, Gresik and Surabaya, as they now can enjoy high-speed internet with the expansion of unified service by Telekom Malaysia. Dr. Abdul Rahman Junaidi said that this will meet their internet needs like online studies, online marketing and surfing at faster speed.
Ini diteruskan ke kampung-kampung di sebelah hilir, Kampung Perlimasman, Kampung Semarang, Pulau dan Bintawak. Dan setakat ini sampai ke Kampung Bintawak Tengah dan insyaAllah dalam masa seminggu lagi ke semua 13 buah kampung di kawasan Sabang Hilir ini mendapat perkhidmatan Unify, pemasangan melalui pemasangan kabel fiber optik.
He added that high-speed internet is a necessity, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, when everything have been shifted online. Rahman Junaidi said both education and business have benefited immensely from the internet amid the pandemic.
Sedikit sebanyak membantu kami dari segi promosi. Kami berjual ikan tubuh senang untuk promosi dekat Facebook, dekat Twitter kah, IG kah, nyaman untuk orang Tanjung tahu apa ni.
Dengan adanya Unify ini sedikit sebanyak dapat melancarkan line untuk pertama kali untuk anak-anak sekolah dan dapat sekiranya pelancong ada datang di kampung untuk melihat keadaan di kampung, setidaknya dapat senkan gambar dan apanya terang sekali kepada tempat setidaknya nya ke seluruh dunia. Satu lagi, dengan adanya tu sedikit sebanyak dapat manfaatnya benar-benar dapat untuk anak-anak kita, cucu-cucu kita yang bersekolah dapat hadir ke sekolah kena COVID, maka ialah sebenarnya tujuan matlamatnya.
The Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives Ministry, MEDAC, is cooperating with several other ministries to encourage the participation of youth in the agriculture industry to strengthen the country's food security.
Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar said the cooperation aims to provide funds and guidance to youths who are interested in venturing into entrepreneurship in agriculture.
Itulah kenapanya saya membuat kerjasama dengan Menteri Pertanian dan membuat kerjasama dengan Menteri Pendidikan dan Belia dan Sukan untuk mengambil generasi muda ni, untuk membimbing mereka dan menggerak mereka, minda mereka untuk terlibat dengan industri-industri ini.
He said this after visiting the Sarawak Angkatan Koperasi Malaysia Berhad Communications Office. According to him, the Sarawak government's approach to encourage youth participation in agriculture entrepreneurship through channeling of funds, training and the opening of a trade office in Singapore to expand the market for their products should be emulated.
Jadi dengan sendirinya, ikut aja apa di pola di negeri Sarawak, ya, saya cukup yakin pertanian akan has a great future di negeri Sarawak. Kerana Sarawak memainkan peranan sebagai pengurusan dia punya betul food chain ni, dia punya apa nama, talian bekalan ni, supply chain.
He further said many cooperatives in the country will still focus on the service sector, especially in the provision of credit facilities, and only a small number were involved in production.
Itu sebabnya kita perlu berpindah. Saya nak adjustkan ini supaya pada tahun-tahun yang akan datang kita melihat orang yang daripada service sector ni mengincup dan orang yang daripada production sector, pembinaan, perkelangan dan pertanian ini meningkat.
The government cooperation to adapt major reform initiatives to modernize its administration and management within the next 5 years. Such transformation would also include the Cooperative Institute of Malaysia, CIM, and the Cooperative Commission of Malaysia, SKM.
Minister of Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives Dato Seri Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jafar said the Angkatan Koperasi Kebangsaan Malaysia Berhad, which has been in operation for 98 years, needs to implement new transformation to develop socio-economics. Among the transformation approach is the upgrading of CIM to university in effort to advocate good administrative knowledge.
IKM akan ditukar menjadi universiti college dan universiti selepas ini. Supaya anak-anak orang koperasi, anak-anak pemimpin koperasi, ahli-ahli koperasi ini nanti pergi masuk ke dalam institut ini ataupun dalam university college ini dan mendapat latihan-latihan tertentu. Pertama, untuk mentadbir koperasi secara profesional. Mentadbirkan koperasi secara mampan dan mengetahui ilmu-ilmu pentadbiran. Dalam sudut keuangannya, marketingnya, packagingnya, semua sekali.
He said this approach was taken because there were still administrative problems at the internal level of the corporation itself. Wan Junaidi further said the cooperatives established did not show progress nor implementation of various activities and programs.
And here are the COVID development nationwide. A total of 1,196 positive COVID-19 cases with one new cluster and one death were reported in the country today. This brings the total number for positive COVID-19 cases to 100,005,096 cases.
Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham said Selangor recorded the most cases at 392, followed by Kuala Lumpur with 202 cases, Johor with 194 cases, and Sabah with 186 cases. On the new cluster, Dr. Nur Hisham said it is known as the Jalan Setko cluster, which brings the number of clusters reported so far to 484. Meanwhile, Sarawak recorded 3 new COVID-19 positive cases today, bringing the total number of positive cases in the state to 1,108. Sarawak Disaster Management Committee said all these new infections are imported cases. Of the 3 new COVID-19 positive cases today, 2 cases were detected in Asajaya and the rest in Kuching.
Right. Police arrested 3 local men believed to be accomplices for smuggling illegal immigrants into Sarawak. Bau District Police Chief's Deputy Superintendent Poge Nyaon said the suspects and the illegal immigrants were rounded up at Jalan Buso.
The suspects were aged 20, 26 and 28 years old, have been placed under remand to facilitate investigation. The case is being investigated under Section Anti-Trafficking in Persons and Anti-Smuggling of Migrants and Section C(1) subsection C of the Immigration Act 1959/63. If convicted, suspect will be imprisonment for a term not exceeding 5 years or maximum of 250,000 ringgit fine. As for offences made under Immigration Act, a fine not exceeding 10,000 ringgit or imprisonment for a term not exceeding 5 years or both and shall also liable to whipping of not more than 6 strokes.
The One Malaysia People's Housing Programme, PRIMA, recorded an increase in sales totaling 1.9 billion ringgit so far this year, from 1.3 billion ringgit last year.
Minister of Housing and Local Government Zoraida Kamarudin, Prima Houses records still make encouraging sales. However, the construction was delayed from March to June during the movement control order. She added that the ministry's target is to build 200,000 units in 2 years, thus indicating that the target is achieved. She revealed that 55,000 units are completed, meanwhile 150,000 will be completed by 2021.
The issues of misconduct and integrity among members of the police continues to be raised by the public. As such, there were complaints of police chiefs not taking action over reports lodged by the public and allowed the crime to happen in their respective areas. Some even claimed of district police chiefs who conspired with drug trafficking and gambling syndicates and getting rewards for that.
The Department of Integrity and Compliance Standards of the Royal Malaysia Police received many complaints from the public on the police not discharging their responsibilities as law enforcers in the country. Federal Police Department of Integrity and Compliance Standards Director Datuk Zamri Yahya said the cases that were allegedly not taken action included against drug trafficking and gambling syndicates despite reports lodged. Matters on the law enforcement misconduct remains despite many disciplinary action taken against the offenders since 1986.
The water disruption faced by the locals in Asan Nunggang, Bintulu requires immediate action, said Progressive Democratic Party PDP President Datuk Sri Tiong King Sing.
He said a few longhouses in Asan Nunggang area are still without water supply after 2 years. There are some longhouses that do not have the basic facilities for 2 years, making it difficult for residents to continue their daily routine work such as cooking, washing clothes and so on. Therefore, Tiong advised them to immediately register their longhouse at the district office to facilitate the proper application of funds from the authorities.
As we know, Bau is famous with Tasik Biru, or known as the Blue Lake. The long weekend had successfully attracted visitors to visit the Tasik Biru, as they come to enjoy the beauty of the lake and perform some recreational activities within its vicinity.
The man-made lake, which was formerly dug for gold mining activities located in Bau Town, Tasik Biru is an ideal venue for local tourists. Once the tourists are done with their selfies or family pictures near the greenish-bluish lake, their next destination will be eateries. Thus, one of the places for visitors to dine in is the Tasik Biru Food Village.
Saya Puan Christina Opwom. Saya baru berniaga di gerai Bilis Tasik Biru Food Truck. So saya nampak pagi ini gerai ini mula dioperasi. So saya nampak ramai pelancong-pelancong mula datang ke sini. Saya harap di masa akan datang mulai esok ramai lagi memandangkan banyak store dah buka macam fast food dan makanan ringan, barbecue dan banyak lagi lah. So gerai ini dioperasi oleh masyarakat Bidayuh, Cina dan Melayu di kawasan daerah Bau. So,
Domson Goran. I'm the owner of this place. Actually, we just take this place lah. Baru saja ambil ini tempat. So we want to transform this Tasik Biru pada imej yang baru lagi lah untuk kawasan Bau. So ya, ini permulaan daripada apa yang kita orang sudah buat. So 31 hari bulan ini pukul 2 kita akan opening, dan opening pembukaan akan dirasmi oleh Datuk Henry Jineb, YB kawasan M2 Tasik Biru inilah.
Okay. Because now it's holiday, got many people come here.
Ya, sini memang tempat tarikan lah. Tumpuan untuk orang datang sini. So banyak juga lah opportunity untuk kita membangunkan kawasan baru inilah. So ini satu daripada tarikan yang kita orang buat lah. Sebab selama ini sini tiada tempat makan, belum ada tempat makan untuk orang berehat apa semua. So sini pertama kali ada kedai makan ni macam ni lah.
Okay. Thank you.
Put it into point. Di sini ada stall untuk Muslim food. This one is non-halal side. The other one is halal in front of this. We got
the restaurants are today just open, right?
Yeah, today we just started today. So far so good. Because I know Tasik Biru will be tourism attraction after this. So it could be fine lah.
Are there a lot of people coming like yesterday, today?
Yeah, most of the time, evening time, after office hours, a lot of early morning, the cycling group coming also. Then they have some drink here. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Barisan Nasional BN is open to accepting any party wanting to join the coalition.
Its Deputy Chairman Dato Seri Mohamad Hassan said the move was needed in establishing new strength since the coalition lost in the 14th January election. He added, whatever BN stands for and its policies, there need to be a review so that its two directions, which are strengthening the coalition and strategies for winning General Election 15, can be realized. However, he said a consensus must be reached among its four component parties, UMNO, MIC, MCA, and Parti Bersatu Rakyat Sabah, before approval is given.
The Gabungan Party Sarawak GPS flag flown in the Pantai Damai constituency showcases the people's unwavering support for the current state government.
The GPS flags are seen in all 43 PBB Pantai Damai sub-branches in the constituency with Santubong and Telaga Air area. Vice President of Parti Besaka Bumi Putra Bersatu, Dr. Abdul Rahman Junaidi, said the political coalition is a platform to help the people in the state to fight for their interests as well as reclaiming Sarawak's eroded rights. He urges voters to give their supports to GPS for the upcoming election. He said only Sarawakians are able to develop the state to a higher level, particularly to achieve a high-income state status by 2030.
Sabah wants the same benefits that Sarawak received from Petronas, including the sales tax and oil and gas revenue.
Deputy Chief Minister of Sabah, Datuk Dr. Jeffrey Kittingan, said Sabah would ensure that it would receive no less than what Sarawak had obtained under the agreement. On December 7, Petronas and the Sarawak government signed a commercial settlement agreement on issues involving the state sales tax and oil mining laws. Meanwhile, Jeffrey said the talks between Sabah government and Petronas on the matter are expected to be held early next year. Sabah Chief Minister Datuk Haji G. Noor, when presenting the Sabah Budget 2021, said Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin had announced that Petronas would meet with the Sabah government to begin immediate talks for the same purpose.
A teenage boy perished in a road accident involving three vehicle collisions at Kilometer 5 Jalan Datuk Muhammad Musa, Samarahan. The ill-fated incident occurred at around 10 p.m. on Saturday night.
Sarawak Traffic Investigation and Enforcement Chief Superintendent Alexan Nagachabu said the deceased identified as Muhammad Zaim Rahimi Zamri, aged 13, hailed from Kampong Sebandi, Ulu, Asajaya. The incident involved the motorcycle ridden by the deceased, a compact car and a multi-purpose vehicle. He added the MPV was making an exit from the roundabout while travelling in the Midland headed to Uptown Kota Samarahan from Summer Mall, while the compact car was at the far left headed to Asajaya. The victim, however, was travelling in between both vehicles prior to the incident. Alexan pointed out that the compact car had first hit the motorcycle, causing the victim to fall. Before he was struck by the MPV and perished, the compact car driver then fled the scene. The deceased was then brought to the Sarawak General Hospital mortuary for further action. The case is being investigated under Section 41, Clause 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987.
Well, that's conclude the Nightline for today. I'm Ruben Gomez. Thank you for staying tuned with me. Anytime, anywhere.